Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here, as always, on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking you for coming back and joining me here once again in the theater. Now, for today's feature, we go back to the mid-2000s. And a film that made a lot of people feel that its star had sold out and gone soft. I'm talking about Ice Cube and Are We There Yet? Now, Are We There Yet is a 2005 American family road comedy film directed by Brian Levant and written by Stephen Gary Banks, Claudia Grazioso, J. David Stem, and David N. Weiss, based on a story by Banks and Grazioso. The film stars Ice Cube alongside Nia Long, Jay Mohr, Alicia Allen, Philip Daniel Bolden, and the voice of Tracy Morgan. Now, our movie opens in Portland, Oregon, where Lindsay Kingston, played by Alicia Allen, and her brother Kevin, played by Philip Daniel Bolden, are two mischievous siblings who have sabotaged the relationships of their divorced mother in a determined effort to keep her single until their parents can reconcile. Meanwhile, single, child-hating sports shop owner Nick Persons, played by Ice Cube, purchases a brand new Lincoln Navigator and boasts with his beloved bobblehead doll of Satchel Paige, voiced by Tracy Morgan, who comes to life of its own will, although only Nick can hear him. After reaching his store, he witnesses a beautiful woman named Suzanne from across the street. Now, Suzanne is portrayed by Nia Long. On his way to talk to her, he is disgusted to find out that she has two kids who turn out to be Lindsay and Kevin. Later that evening, Nick runs into Suzanne and agrees to take her home after she has trouble with her car. As the weeks go by, the both of them begin to bond and start getting closer to each other. On New Year's Eve, Nick takes Suzanne to the local airport so that she can go to Vancouver for a business meeting. Suzanne's ex-husband, Frank, portrayed by Sean Millington, calls in order to say that he is sick and he cannot bring the children to the airport, leaving her to put her trust into Nick. Now, once at her house, he meets Kevin and Lindsay for the second time, and the three go to the airport, where Kevin accidentally dents Nick's car door. Nick scolds Seven, causing him to cry. And Kevin is suspicious when he learns that corkscrews, a gift that he got from Nick, are prohibited to bring onto planes. Unable to get to a trash can, he slips the item into Nick's jacket pocket, which leads to Nick being tackled by security. Unable to take the flight, they decide to take a train, but the two kids jump off to collect a cape from Kevin's action figure just as Nick boards, forcing him to jump off and lose their luggage. Unable to take the train, they decide to drive. Believing that Nick is only their mother's friend, the kids are tamed, but they still continue to misbehave. Overhearing a phone call, the two learn that Nick not only hates them, but has also lied about not having feelings for their mother. Kevin fakes an asthma attack in order to lock Nick out of the car, and Lindsay then tries to drive the car away, but fails due to not knowing how to drive, forcing Nick to chase after them and trying to get in from the rooftop. Lindsay drives the car into a butcher statue, causing its axe to hit Nick in the crotch. Later, Lindsay signals to truck driver Al Buck, played by MC Gainey, who believes that they have been kidnapped, causing Nick to accidentally drive his car into the woods, down a mountain, and crash, resulting in heavy damage to the car, annoying him even further. Ultimately, the kids run away in order to visit their father on a train, with Nick pursuing them on a horse until he falls off. Once the kids arrive at their father's house, they find out that not only did he lie about being sick, but he has already started another family. Feeling betrayed and forgotten, They begin to warm up to Nick, and he does with them. Nick proceeds to tell the kids that his father also abandoned him when he was about their age. While beginning to become friends, they continue their journey on the road, but they still find themselves facing various mishaps along the way. At one point, Kevin has to get an inhaler refill from a pharmacist working as a clown at a chaotic children's New Year's Eve party. The pharmacist agrees to refill Kevin's inhaler if Nick will agree to watch the kids at the party. During the party, Lindsay reveals her singing talent when doing a karaoke rendition of Aretha Franklin's 1965 song, Respect. Back on the road, Kevin vomits on the car's windshield after he ate too many sweets at the party, and they pull into a conservation area to clean out the car. While Kevin and Nick feed a deer some cookies, Lindsay accidentally scares it with the flash from a camera, causing the deer to attack Nick, resulting in him losing his car keys. As a result of all of this, Nick tries to hotwire the car using his lighter, but closes the hood inadvertently, causing the lighter to tip over and set the car on fire and explode. Nick chastises the kids, which causes them to cry, but he quickly calms down and apologizes afterwards. With the car now a heap of scrap metal, the trio tries to hitchhike a ride from Al Buck. Still thinking that Nick is a kidnapper, Al leaves him behind and drives off. Nick hitches a ride from a billboard truck driver named Ernst, played by C. Ernst Harth. In Al's truck, the kids attack him, leading to a chase that ends in Vancouver, where Nick fights Al. During the fight, Kevin has an asthma attack and collapses. Nick rushes to his side and is able to revive him. Witnessing the event, Suzanne believes that trusting Nick was a mistake. After encouragement from Satchel, Nick goes to Suzanne's hotel room to say goodbye to her and the kids. After Suzanne realizes how much Nick and the kids have grown to care for each other, Suzanne tells Nick that he is in fact the one for her, much to the delight of Lindsay and Kevin. Nick and Suzanne kiss as the new year begins and our movie comes to its close. You know, despite being a huge fan of Ice Cube, I had never seen this before. I think I had wanted to keep my image of Ice Cube as a hardcore gangsta with his numerous albums and roles like Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning, Friday, etc. However, now that I've seen this, I regret the fact that it took me 20 years to see it. I had no reason to be worried, as despite the fact that this was very much a family film, Cube was able to keep his edge. I like how Nia Long was the love interest here for Cube once again. The two had worked together twice prior in Boys in the Hood and Friday, with Nia having portrayed Debbie, the love interest for Craig, in the latter film. I also have to shout out M.C. Gainey, who played Big Al, the truck driver in the film. Every time I see Gainey, he's driving something. Case in point, in The Mighty Ducks, he portrays Lewis, Gordon Bombay's court-ordered limo driver. In Con Air, he's Earl Swamp Thing Williams, the convict who flies the plane once the inmates take it over. In The Country Bears, he's Rhodey, the tour bus driver for the title Bears. And here, he drives a big rig truck. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed the film, and I look forward now to covering the sequel in 2027 when that film turns 20 years old as well. When it comes to my rating for this, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. What do you guys think of Are We There Yet? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Had you ever thought about the connection with Cube and Nia Long playing love interests once again? Have you noticed what I pointed out about MC Gainey, how he always seems to be driving something? What did you think of the kids? I thought they were hilarious, and I wish that they had more of a filmography to them, because I'd like to see what type of performances they would put out today, 20 years later, as 30-year-olds. I'm very curious to know what my fans, the viewers, think of Are We There Yet? Again, leave your thoughts in the comment box below. I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for joining me, coming out to the theater once again. And until the next time, I'll catch you guys later.